and thank God it's Friday. We are so grateful that we're alive today. I mean, if you're not, I can give you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reasons why you should be grateful that you're alive today. Regardless of how Nigeria is turning on your own, regardless of how maybe somebody annoyed you this morning, maybe your kids annoyed you this morning, maybe your spouse. We're grateful that we are alive. This morning, we're going to run through the headlines quickly of the dailies, of the dailies, and then we shall slide right into tackling the ones that caught our eye with our analyst who is here already. Adeton Adebogun, good morning to you, our analyst for this morning. How are you?
Good morning, Fumi. Thank God it's Friday.
It's Friday.
As you said it, no matter what is going on right now, we still have some reasons to actually be grateful to God for. But I know that subsequently we will get in the mood. As Nigerians, we are very, very resilient, when issues like this come up. But the bottom line will be that at the end of the day, we would actually get solution going forward. So we should be hopeful. That's just it.
Yes. Keep your head up. That's the only way, because if you keep on thinking about Nigeria and her issues, you will get into depression. I can tell you that one for free. Okay, let's get into it this morning. Friday, 13th March 2026, starting with the Punch newspaper. Gavi UNICEF hand over 371 solar panels PHCs to federal government. Next up, we have Ogun Fulani leaders join forces to tackle security threats. I can't wait for when we see this is what happened. Not they are still on their way to it. We've gone past being on your way. We should actually be in the tackling section. Yeah, by now. Moving on to the Guardian newspaper, Natasha backs sanitary pad outreach for 1,000 schoolgirls in Calabar. I think it was this week. Excuse me. We're talking about sanitary towels, and we're talking about it in the light of the excuse me, the situation. I think it was on Political Arena. Yes, Rose had invited me to come speak on Political Arena, and she had asked me with regards to special seats what I thought about women inclusion or women representation. I remember saying to her that I would like to see women in government. I would like to see them taking up spaces, not only because it would be nice to have them there, or because there's been too much men there, but mainly because of representation. I'd like to see a woman who looks like me in the House of Rep or in the Senate. I would actually like to see a female president, even though that seems very, very far-fetched. I would like to see, and it was that even Senate who knows what it means to buy sanitary towel can fight and say, oh, schoolgirls can't afford sanitary towels. Is it human beings that are still struggling to make ends meet or eat 3 square meals? And sanitary towels are very, very expensive. But if there are women there, they can fight to say, oh yes, there should be a reduction in price of sanitary towels. And this is not even just for us in Nigeria, like worldwide. I've seen time and time again how women come out to complain about the high cost of sanitary towels. So seeing Senator Natasha backing this, it's such a step in the right direction. Again, it can only be a woman that will do this. I don't think I've ever seen a man say he's going to back sanitary pad outreach, mainly because even if you tell a man, oh, I'm on my period, he's already cringing. So, and I know I'm going somewhere else again. That's why we need to destroy the narrative or the ideology that having your period is dirty or men cannot talk about it. The more men talk about it, the more we can get the word out. Yes, that's on that headline. Next up, we have workers urge government to cushion effects of rising fuel costs. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is literally a no-brainer, because I was speaking to somebody during the week and I was like, oh, I need a costing for this thing. And she was like, oh, I don't even know. Like, we don't know what the fuel price is going to say by the weekend. I say, I'm not doing that. I understand what you're saying, but please, anything with consider fuel price. Because I cannot now add extra money because I need you to do something for me. Where am I going to get it from? I get that things are expensive, but am I going to go and steal? Am I going to rob a bank to do that? I mean, these are the things that the government needs to look into. Students are going to school, children are going to school, and how do they get to school? Their parents give them 1,000 naira for transport to and fro. I remember when I was in primary school, when my parents said, "Oh yeah, you should be going to by yourself," it was 30 naira, no, 20 naira, 30 naira, yes, for transport. I lived, so I would take a bus from where I lived to my school in Sabo, 10 naira, no, to Yaba, 10 naira, and then I would enter Onikera to drop at my bus stop to drop off at my school, the secondary school I was going to at the time. Coming back home, the same thing. I'll enter a bus from Sabo, 10 naira to Palm Grove, then enter another bus, like 5 naira bus to take me to the next bus stop, or sometimes I would walk, right? So if those times,
Why was your school that far?
pardon?
I said, why was your school that far?
It was a high risk. Good morning. It wasn't far. Obanekoro to Sabo. Was it far? I suppose, yeah, it was far in a way, yes. But that's how much. So I can imagine that now parents have already calculated that per week they're going to give their kid, I was going to say 10,000 naira, maybe 2,000 naira. They've already apportioned of 5,000 naira is a lot. 2,000 naira
For a week.
For transports.
No, it's not 2,000 naira.
It depends on
it
depends on your area. To be fair, 5,000 naira per week, and then now that the fuel cost, because everybody's now claiming, oh, the reason why everything is rising because of the fuel increment, and we can see the fuel increment, no doubt. But the parent has apportioned per day. You enter 200 naira maybe to your bus stop. You do this, you do this. And is that still 200 naira motor? I'm not even sure. I don't think so. 500 naira.
200.
Depending from where you were.
Yeah,
so they've
depending from where.
already calculated it, and then the kid gets to the bus stop, and the conductor says it's not 200 naira, it's 500 naira. That kid is in trouble because the kid cannot go back home. Mommy has gone to work. Mommy went to work early in the morning and gave her Oyagba this transfer money to go to school. What is going to happen? So yes, I do agree with this headline saying that, look, the government needs to, like, we need to, and sometimes you can say, oh, okay, do you know what? Let me add 100 naira or 50 naira here and there. But you can get it to the bus stop again and be shocked. That's the thing. Because these bus conductors, these drivers, they are not thinking about your well-being at all. So these are the things that just, again, like we said at the beginning with Aneto, if you really, really think about Nigeria's issues too much, it will drive you crazy. And so you just have to be like, it go better. But yeah, to be your mantra, it go better. I don't know. Anyway, those are the headlines from the Guardian newspaper. Rose, you want to move to This Day newspaper?
Yes. On this day newspaper, federal government approves 2 billion naira each as take-off grants for Ekpe Varsity, Tinubu Polytechnic. All right. Alleged fraud, EFCC arrest Edo Monarch and others.
A whole king.
You get. All right, that's it from Daily Trust.
Daily Trust. Wait, isn't the monarchy? I mean, aren't they like supposed to be sacred where they can't be arrested or things like that? Shebi?
Yeah.
I know, but Adeta, you want to say something?
I don't think that is going to work in this current Nigeria. We've seen monarchs being kidnapped. So it doesn't have anything to do with that any longer. The way things are going, I don't think it's any longer sacred. If they can be kidnapped.
Yeah. I say, because I know that some kings you can enter with your back, you can something. So if they arrest you, sir, nobody's really going to ask you, oh, in this thing, you can enter the jail cell with your back. As I entered, I was like, okay. But then some guy passed me.
And that was the end of it.
That was the end of it. I was like, oh, and because of how pungent the smell is, you can't help your facial reaction. Thankfully, he was not looking at me. I was just like, yeah. I was like, almost vomiting. You know when you hear people that say, oh, I'm feeling nauseous just because everywhere is smelling. I'm like, I cannot relate. Like, what do you mean? But this particular day, and every time I go out, I'm always like preparing myself to say, Today you're going to smell things. Try as much as possible to hold yourself back. And me, I'm having my bath. I'm putting antiperspirant. I'm using roll on. I'm using antiperspirant. Not even see. Don't think that perfume is going to do anything for you in this season that we're in. The heat is too much for perfume, because if you're smelling, it's going to make it worse. So please, the weather the weather is I don't know. Maybe this is the highest I have seen. You even in your house, you're sweating. If you put a fan in front of you, you're still sweating. The AC, no, they catch again. Make we talk true. The AC no catch again. So do yourself a favor and have your bath properly. Otherwise, I'm gonna have my bath with hot water. I'm begging you now. Use normal cold water. In fact, let me give you one scope. Put water in the bucket from the night before. By the next morning, it will be cold. Though in this weather now, it's not as cold, though, but leave the water overnight if you're looking for cold water. See, I'm giving you scope. Don't say, for me, I thought you were Ajabata. Forget that thing. Put it over there overnight. Have a bath in the morning. Your body will thank you. You said you will thank yourself. Then do that. Don't be forming James Bond, though. Then make sure you clean those places very, very well. Use roll-on, use antiperspirant, do everything. Leave perfume. Perfume is not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you in this season. So, and interestingly, Nimet had come out, I think on Monday or on Tuesday, to say that the heat wave was that the temperature was going to rise even higher.
Yes.
So
Nimet had already sent that out earlier.
Yeah, so let's know what we're doing. And this is not even Abuja, because now you would think that as of this morning, Abuja was 34 degrees Celsius, Lagos is 33. Nigeria at zero. You know how back in the day the buildings had ventilation. Now landlords are so greedy that they've turned a 3-bed into a 2-bed and a 1-bed. There's no where the place was supposed to have 2 windows, it now has 1 window. Where before we didn't used to build really, really tall fences. Now the fences are so tall, where air should be going through, air cannot go through it. Trees, we don't have trees that should help with ventilation as well. Everybody's building high-rise buildings. Please.
Sure, we saw in Lagos, was it yesterday when I was seeing some people protesting? I can't remember which side in Lagos, but they came out to protest on the lack of electricity.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that this morning. Yes, and that doesn't even help matters, because once the weather is too hot, they say the dam cannot dam, and then there's also a matter of they say there's low gas supply. I remember you saying on Monday, was it Monday or last week, that is it in this year 2026 that we're still fighting over light matter? In the year 2026.
And
in the words of Aditomo, God bless Nigeria, I go better, I go better, I go better. I have to be doing that one. It has to be like jazz now, incantation, because I didn't tell you to say something.
I actually wanted to say that it's good that we mentioned this at the beginning of the program, that no matter what is going on right now in the country, just have to encourage yourself. Yeah, it might look really crazy, from all angles, but you just have to encourage yourself so that you can have that little hope to move on to the next, phase of life.
Very, very true. Anyway, the next one in Daily Trust, we have NNPC cuts petrol price by 100 naira in Lagos, 95 naira in Abuja. Yesterday I asked myself, I said, when will we see 187 naira again or 97 naira? It'd be like
stop dreaming. Don't bother.
It'd be like dream. Yes, you said that my transport money was 10 naira. That was in the 90s. Yeah, that was in the 90s. Sure, that it was 2 years ago was when we were still buying fuel at 187. 2 years ago. So this is not like I'm saying the 90s. 2 years ago, as soon as we entered this new administration, and that's why maybe sometimes I'm like, I don't hear me major side eye, because I'm like, sir, ever since this administration entered, we have not known peace. Let's call it spade a spade. So I get that you want to hail and say, oh, he's doing one thing, but from 187 to we move to 500 to 600, 700, 800. Now we're at 11. Do with that information what you will. Okay, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper.
On the Vanguard newspaper, Senate to pass 2026 appropriation bill on March 31st, confirms key appointments. Now to the next one. Terrorists kidnap mother and two children in Kwara.
Oh dear. In the premium times, we have NAFDAC ones of counterfeit cancer drug circulating in Nigeria. Is it not bad enough that cancer is such an evil thing, but you're now selling fake cancer drug? Ah, people are wicked, though. Okay, Nigerian government plans nationwide internet connectivity for schools. Moving on to the next thing.
Why are you laughing for me? Let's just move on to the next one because
When person wants that, you do not say free lunch, you do not say subsidized transport, you
but
say
there used to be free lunch now during
do they still
Buhari's
do
time.
it? Do they still do it? Do they
I
still
don't
do
know
it?
whether people continue
You
with
know
that,
they do
but
them again now.
there used to be free lunch. But my concern with this is just yesterday we took the headline on her lens that the Minister of Information and Technology said that they were gathering information as on the restriction of social media
Okay, yeah.
for children. Yes,
Yeah.
the show. So, and now we're seeing government plans to, nationwide internet connectivity for schools. Now, how are you sure that these
To
kids will
regulate.
not go to school
Yeah.
and use it for a different
Yeah.
purpose? How are you sure? What are the things you're going to put in place to see that this internet connectivity for schools actually even works out with the intention that you are putting it there
Yeah.
to work out? So because yesterday, ladies of her length were bringing a lot of issues as regards to this, that a lot of times now, children that own phones or that even have phones, it's not even like the parents buy for them, it's their parents' phone they get to use. So when you're not covering all of this, when you're not even looking at the parents, first of all, when you're not looking at the guardians or the elder ones who leave phones for children, and they go ahead, go on social media before you know, who was that? Susan was telling us that she saw her reverend on TikTok. And then she had to go and find out, Baba Reverend, what are you doing on TikTok? And the man did not know anything about TikTok. Apparently, his child was the one using his name on TikTok. So
Hey.
so so when I'm seeing that federal government plans nationwide internet connectivity for it's good because I mean there are so many educational materials online that students could use, teachers could use, to widen the scope of the teaching or to broaden the mind of the students. It's good. But what measures are we putting in place that this one will not become another evil for us? And even the
Mm.
connectivity self concept that you're saying you put in schools, normal connectivity that people are using for their everyday lives and businesses, where it don't reach. Do you get where you don't reach? I'm having to want to do something online now, and the person that is selling me to is saying that I hope your internet is good or I hope your network is good. In Nigeria,
Yeah.
they're still asking me this question in 2025. The 5G that was brought up to today, 5G has not gone everywhere. Ah, ah. So
Yeah.
how do we want to make this work? I mean, there's just a lot of things that needs to be structured, a lot of systems that need to be put in place. Do the work and then come and tell us. Don't tell us because when you tell us, it's like you don't even end up doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just turning my face left, right. Okay. But then again, that's what we go hear in the next 2 months, next 3 months, or next year now. Fumi and I will come and say, but I thought they spoke about, but I thought but I thought they. You get so that's the thing.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Nation newspaper, APC reps membership now 268 as 12 rep members dump PDP LP for APC and ADC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heading on to the next one. FCCPC monitoring fuel prices amid Middle East war, says Bello. These are
Okay.
the
Oh.
headlines from the Nation newspaper.
Yeah, moving on to the cable, we have Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kebbi. Nimet issues meningitis alert for 11 northern states. Oh dear. Okay. Next up, we have the Senate confirms Usman Dakingari as Ambassador, Ismail Yusuf as NACON chairman.
All right, on Daily Post, the Benue State Security Trust Fund Establishment Bill passes second reading at National Assembly. Nigerians to face persistent blackout as gas suppliers vow to hold supply over 3.3 trillion naira
Yeah.
debt.
Yeah. So on top of all this thing, we're still owing money for for lights. Okay, moving on to the Tribune newspaper, we have ADC flays Tinubu for trivializing opposition to amended Electoral Act. Next up, we have Oyo kidnap. Police redeploy DPO. Order rearrest of suspect.
Pen pushing, lastly, Tambuwal resigned from People's Democratic Party. How many people remain for PDP?
We did it now. Two people only, two governors are remaining in PDP. It's still all those senator, House of Rep, local government chairman. They're still. So it's, the one that you read now says 268 people reps membership in APC is now 268. So the majority of the house now is APC.
Ha, good girl.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, last on pen pushing member Sarafa Ishola joins President Tinubu, other prominent Nigerians for special iftar in Aso Rock.
Yes, yes, yes. Those are the headlines that we got in from the dailies this morning. We have gone through them with you this morning, trying to make them as exhaustive as possible. So we're just going to slide right into tackling the ones that caught our eye this morning. Anyway, we are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website, www.wfm917.com. Our phone lines will be open shortly, but you can text us or send us a WhatsApp message via our numbers 08155 917 917 or 0703 1756 537. Let's take the first headline for this morning. $760,000 school fees was paid in advance. This is from the Premium Times newspaper. This has been, I think it was on major newspapers as well this morning. Even from yesterday, to be honest, a prosecution witness told the FCT High Court in Maitama on Thursday how over $760,000 was paid as advance school fees for former Kogi State Yahaya Bello's children at the American International School, Abuja. Let's take a pause. We know that something like this have happened. That was with Farouk, isn't it? Before of the NMT, was it NMTPR? Yeah. And then he's no longer there. That was Dangote said, "I'm going to come for you." But then we're seeing something happen as well. The witness, Nicholas Okehone, who is an internal auditor with American International School Abuja, and the 14th prosecution witness said this while testifying before the judge in Abuja. So Yahaya Bello served 2 terms as the governor of Kogi State. That's from 2016 to 2024, and conspired with his co-defendants to divert funds from the Kogi State government's coffers to pay advance school fees. If me, I see this kind of money now, will I not pay advance school fees for my child? Would I not just put money there? Like, what do you mean? And he has 4 children in this particular school. And all these children, he has 4 children. Also, his nephew was among the beneficiaries. So they turned it into, I'm the governor of Kogi State, but that doesn't mean that I don't have access. That doesn't mean I cannot help my family and friend. Do you know what it means to do prepaid payment for school fees until graduation? And when we look down this article, we see that the money that was paid was from different companies. Fossil Oil and Gas paid $99. Jesus, $99,000, over $99,000 for his first child, Zara. Another 89,000 for Fatima. Another company paid 11,000. Another company paid 78,000. Another company paid $42,000. This is not 40,000 naira. I'm talking dollars. Another company paid $44,000. There was also a transfer Manzi Issa from Uganda paid $100,000. Another person, another company in Uganda paid $90,000. Nigerians are not, they have not seen this one, and they're not angry enough. Because what do you mean 760,000? What was the okay? Farouk's one was $5 million, Abby. And it told me what was going on. No, see, let me just tell you, let me say it now. When if there's a rise in already, we know that there's a rise in crime in Nigeria, and one of the things that these young kids, when they catch them, say is that they're should be government officials, they cite them. It will be difficult in the nearest future, right? And I'm trying to say that so carefully, to actually charge people for crimes, because the government officials are, people that said, now them carry PhD when it comes to things like this. $760,000. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I saw somebody talk about, I think it's Tinubu's daughter, who bought a condo for, how much was it? And the person was saying, this thing can build 2 hospitals in Nigeria, 2 fully furnished hospitals, this money. And that's what drives me up the ladder, because are we not seeing how other countries, the countries that you people go to stay or send your children to, you see how developed those countries are? Bring this small development to our country now. Is that too much to ask for? 760,000. How much is that in naira? I'm so sorry.
1 billion. 1 billion. Over 1 billion. 1 billion something. 1 billion 50 something. I think 52 million or so.
Over to you. Before you say, oh, there is hope, let's know, before you give us a motivation for the week, I'm not collecting your motivation from this one though, because
so he deposited 1 billion, over 1 billion for his children in school.
Yes, and family members, yes, in advance.
In advance.
Yes. See, second time has almost finished for my children's school. Me and my husband are already thinking of how we're going to pay for third term school fees. I'm just saying it now.
No, really. Fumi, this has nothing to do with motivation. And when we say be hopeful for Nigeria or the situations around you, so that you can have enough strength, that's why what you are saying, to continue with your own survival. That's really what I meant. But when it comes to issues like this, these are not issues that you can keep quiet on. Definitely, it's evident that the governor is not a responsible leader, because we are talking about children, some children who are in a state who are not even educated, who don't have basic education. If you put all this money together, for that state alone, it will cover a lot of children. Let's even see that as, oh, this is my contribution to the education or welfare of children in my state. Now, I'm so surprised that we are just seeing this, because I remember when this headline came up, when they were looking for him, as at that time he was still merry-go-rounding, hiding somewhere. And this came up, consistently on daily newspapers. So where is Yahaya Bello and all that? And as at that time, we didn't really have a clear idea of what happened with that sum of money. We just knew, oh, so amount, but we're not sure. Now that we are seeing the breakdown, and it's not in naira, that's the most shocking part, it's in dollars. There are even some properties that he bought in dollars, and the documents are even there, presented to the court. And for me, it is quite disappointing at some level, because I'm not surprised, but the fact that we thought, as a young, youthful aspirant, as at that time when he was contesting for governor, that, oh, this young Bill will scale through with his example as a young person. Now seeing that it's not just the old that are embezzling our funds, the young are also. For example, he has set a bad legacy as a young person coming into politics. If I want to go back, I want to see it as probably this is first time of entering politics, and it has such a bad legacy. It's not that you should not send your children to school. We've said it. When universities go on strike, our politicians are less concerned because most of their children are not in Nigeria. They are not in those institutions. They are far away abroad. But we've said it that as long as you have been elected to serve the people, it's part of your responsibility to be concerned, if not 100%, about the people who put you there. And so when we see politicians, government officials taking their children out of Nigeria to other schools, and they leave the education sector in comatose, yeah, it's always very sad. Now we are seeing an example of a young governor coming into politics and squandering our nation's money or resources. It's not that you shouldn't send your children to school, but this money, when you even look at the breakdown, I know Rose was trying to give us an idea of the breakdown in naira. It shows that he is not a good example of a young governor or youthful candidate to go into politics. He has set a bad legacy. And then for me, I also feel that when people say government officials are stealing our money, they are not wrong, because we see a lot of them go scot-free. A lot of them are working on the streets in Nigeria. They've done so much in embezzling our funds. We hear of the news, oh, they have been arrested. Oh, are they going to be persecuted? You come back to that round table. Probably it's only those that are witch hunt. You know, those that probably the administration in power has witch hunted them. That's why they are still in custody. But for the others who have moved from their former party to the party of favor, who is in administration right now, nobody is talking about them. So his own is not even, his own is just like a tip of the iceberg. We've seen a lot of embezzlement with our politicians and our office, political office holders. And it's terrible because it means that corruption is still eating deep. We have not gotten to the surface at all. We are not even there yet. And when such funds are embezzled, you know that you are not only disrupting the democratic process of this country, you are also disenfranchising people in your state where you are actually supposed to be representing, you know. So it's really terrible that democracy is the way it is in Nigeria. And one of the things that we should pay attention to going forward in 2027 is that we should be careful about the leaders that we elect, whether good or bad. The point is that we should look out for leaders who are selfless, who will be ready to say, I know what it means to be out there in the majority, going through what people are going through. And so when I'm coming into the circle of the minority, I need to be conscious about the yearnings of the people. If we can get just a little percentage of those people leading the trail, you will see how democracy will turn out. Because I feel that, as I always say, democracy is for the people. It is also by the people. And so if we cannot manage democracy well, how do we intend to get the result back to the people who elected us into those positions? It's really sad that we are seeing this. And I'm also happy that, you know, the details are open so that people can have an idea of, it's not just about whether you are young or old. It's also about the fact that your mind, your consciousness, the reason why you are going into politics, is it to embezzle our funds, or is it to be of service to the people and even to the nation as a whole? Because if we continue to talk about the old people, they have done their own, but we have new sets of generation coming up who said they will do it better, and they are still, you know, having such bad legacies. I don't know the reason why so much has not been done on this case, because right now it should even be in custody. It shouldn't be working up and down. It shouldn't even be in a safe place right now. He should feel what the people in his state are going through right now because of this large sum of money that he has embezzled.
I mean, everything you said and more, to be honest. But the issue that we have in Nigeria is we don't have a consequences to your action policy. That's the best way I can. There's nobody is checking to see. We see these things happen time and time again, and I like I always joke on this program. I say it's only when somebody has run out of favor with somebody, that's when you now see everybody running helter-skelter to say, oh, like in the case of what's his name, Malami and his family, that they've been in the court That's the only time it happens. But other times we know and we see these things. We know and see how corruption is taking such a is taking center stage now when it comes to politicians. Now we wonder whether people want to be politicians because they want to bring about good to the country and to the people, or if it's because they've seen that, oh, that person was in politics and he still, I could see that his life changed for the better. As soon as he entered, he was riding the latest cars, he was traveling, he was doing this, he was doing that. His family, there was an obvious upgrade in his life. So because people are seeing that, they're like, oh, that's why I want to enter politics. Not because they want to help anybody in this country. And that's what is so, it's sad. That's the only thing I want. Is really, really sad. Rose, you want to say
Yes,
something?
when we have politicians who don't have the people at heart, when we have leaders who are just, after themselves, because how do you tie that kind of money down, paying in advance, while in the same state, there
Yeah,
are people who can afford even the 1 meal a day.
yeah.
There are some people who have to toil from morning till night to even to get 1,000 naira. There are people in that state who cannot afford to go to school.
Mhm.
There are people in that state who cannot even, in fact, their everyday lives, they are a typical example of look for, I mean, get what you have today. Don't even think of tomorrow. That's just a typical example of what they,
Mhm.
how they live their lives. So if you're here, you're thinking about, what I want to up tomorrow morning, they go just dey do you, and say, see you. You dey think of tomorrow. Me, I dey even find out how I go chop today. So there are people in that state. There's just a lot going on. Then you still have the mind to tie that kind of money down in
Yeah.
advance for your children. That
Dollars.
1 billion that you are tying down in naira, that over if I hear over 1 billion that you're tying down, for people in, I don't know. Mm-mm.
If that's not wickedness, I don't know what else that is. If
I
that
I
is not
I
wickedness, I don't know what else it is.
I don't know. I don't know. Because
Anyway,
one
yes.
person alone, yeah, would take funds that belongs to the people. Only one person would take those funds. But you will hear one person keeping 1 billion, 2 billion, in fact, up to 1 trillion. What do you want to do with it? How much can your own children eat and inside it? How much can your own generations come inside it? That when you sit down, you share that money for all Nigerians, everybody will go home with nothing less than probably 1 million naira, including the children that are inside the womb. Because
Yeah.
And
how
there will
many are
still
in
and there will
Nigeria?
still be change left. There
And
will
there
be
will still
change
be
left.
change, including the people that are inside womb. Let's say they just realize that you got pregnant yesterday. Today, that child as of now can get 1 million naira, and change will still remain. So what do you want to do
Good
with that
morning
kind
to
of money?
everyone.
We have a call. Hello, good morning.
Ah,
Good morning,
Good morning. We can hear you.
good morning, Madam Rose. Good morning, Madam Adete, the true Nigeria. We are talking like this because we have conscience. And none of us are the fear of God. Those who have conscience are dead and they don't care. Almost for the president of the country, 2023, they will remove subsidy. And that's only removal and slashing of dollars. And before, most of those smaller, anywhere I go, dollar, they don't have any other work. It's not like that. That's all God for this action. There's no proper plan. And that's why almost all of them said it. And that's why I want to see the to be another rule. Wait long. Talking to this president, I'm getting happy to be, but all of them but all of them they want to grab her. They are almost the same. They're talking of fake drugs. That's why they don't have fake. Even fake human beings. But most of them we are eating today, fake. I take some oil, they are not oil. Drinks, all the goes sometimes another disease. Wine. Where do you know that Nigerians don't have money? Whenever time you see me here shouting that God has done that power here, I don't know what I'm doing. Because I do research and I say, that's one time. In short, I don't know what to do. But I told you, don't read over. In the Bible, I just encourage myself in the Word of God. Corruption in Nigeria, I need that. Okay, the governments are getting more money. How many of those people that just want to believe and know that their student is not schooling abroad? Any heard something they not have? How many? That is compulsory that if your children does not school here, you can't be president. If you cannot go ahead, you cannot go to hospital here, you can't be a president. They can't say they only come smart. You only see Yahaya Bello. What about other people? But the way we think they talk, look at other people. Governors are getting more money. Ministers are getting more money. What are they using this money for? If governor can do their work, minister can do their work, commissioner can do their work, we do where we are today. I think this corruption. And some of all that are condemning these people, if we get there, will be worse. Why? Because there's no fear of God. Actually, what is it in this life, my sister? What is it? Some people have gone this morning. One day, end up 6 weeks. That's aspect. And when you're going, doing art, many times I remember them, my heart aches. Actually, nothing. That's nothing of this poor movement anymore. Christian people, they don't have coins because people are taking over them. Don't think. You are talking of opening. I thank God you are mentioning Mother Abitung. You want to see it. Sometimes I start them. If this will get that, they will say Nigeria. How many of them are saying it? Go to banks all the way. Why? Because of how some parents brought their children up. I know how I brought my own children up. Let us someone doing good name. Good name better than it. I told them nobody ever come here to start me to this. If you are there, and sometimes I visit them their place of I know what people are saying about them. I keep on warning them. I know if they do, I will personally take action. I don't want them to. Why are we bringing our children up in this area? I bring them up in the fear of God, and their children are going to represent us afterwards. So parents to have their own. Nigeria, which you learn to do the right thing. God has done the best. Because of you, and people are suffering. They are talking of people that are dying of hunger. Consider, look at our friends now. Almost everything, corruption everywhere. Who do all this? God is telling us to repent and come back. Don't repent, and they are continuing like this. I believe, I have hope. We still give hope. We get there one day. Because if we change today, Nigeria will be great. God bless you. God bless us. Nigeria will be great today. So learn to do what I thought, and God is watching us.
Thank you so much, Evangelist Dixon. I mean, he said so many profound things because at the end of the day, when we get there, are you going to do any better? And he also said it's because we have conscience that we can talk about things like this. To be fair, if I saw money in front of me, I will have a conflict of conscience. Whether I'll take the money or not is another matter entirely. Because I mean, that's how you know your worth as an individual. It's not when the temptation or the money has come in front of you. It's not when the money is not there that you say, oh my God, I'm a good person. It's when they bring a bag of money in front of you and I say, fool me. What say you? I mean, shall we ask you back, you to what say you? What shall we do? How do we, what are we going to do? And that's the thing. Like, I'm honest enough to be able to say I will not say an outright no, because the wala of Nigeria, like my current financial situation is looming. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, ladies. For me, good morning.
Mrs. Oboli, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Tom, right?
Yes, I did tell you this.
Good morning, Mrs. Oboli.
Good morning. You can see my voice is sounding very low, honest. I woke up this morning with a troubled heart. And we don't need to curse our politics stars. We don't need to curse those in power before God starts acting on our behalf. I stumbled overnight upon a prayer point in my church where they were telling us to pray over a couple of things. And I began to ask myself, if prayer points in Nigeria are also the prayer points that happen or that they lead in Senate lines. Rose, we were asked to pray for power supply, electricity, to favor the program we're about to do. For me, we were asked to pray for food for people to eat so that they can come for the retreat.
Okay.
We were asked to pray for the grace for parents to be able to pay school fees. We were asked to pray for the grace for people to have offering to put in church. We were asked to pray for things that seamlessly, effortlessly, an average Nigerian should be able Yeah, we also have to pray for security, that God, they should not come and attack when we're having the retreat. And I asked myself questions that people abroad, do they pray for water supply? We were even asked to pray for network. Yes, network. Oh my goodness. And I asked myself, as a Nigerian citizen, am I blessed or cursed? Rose, let's make we dey pray, make network supply day. Make network no fail us. 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. In this time and age. And I'm asking myself, I should be praying to have offering to give in the church. I should be praying for security around the premises when I'm worshiping. I should be praying for network. I should be praying for power supply. I should be praying for electricity and water supply. And we have unempathetic and unsympathetic politricksters that come into power to siphon the commonwealth of the nations, of the people, the collective wealth of the people. And you ask yourself why. And EFCC came to give Yahaya Bello a clean slate to say he can contest for senator.
Mm.
In this country where you and I, all animals are supposed to be equal, yet we see other animals higher. If now Rose siphon only $4, or I think that for Sabo market, I would be behind bars by now. And you hear the humongous and bogus names, left and right. They paid school fees down, where some people they are out of school children and people cannot even feed their children. In Kogi State, that state is impoverished and poor. Yet you tell Yahaya Bello to come and run for senator to oust out Natasha. May God not forgive every man, woman, boy, girl, supervising the affliction of fellow Nigerians like myself. May God not have mercy on them. Because this is the kind of prayer we start praying for them. I don't want to pray for their children, because even the Bible makes me to understand that it is the fathers that ate the sour grape, and the children, even to the fourth generation, are reaping the evil deed that their fathers have done. If my father were a politician, I would tell my father that, please, allay the fear, the pains, and the worries of the citizens, not cumber them, not give them more yoke. May God continually let them witness that which they've done. May karma catch up with them even before they think about it. I'm not sure saying a cause are they cause, but that which they have willed upon the citizens of this country may go back to them in manifold. Not be swear, now prayer. Because person will not wish you well. I'm not sure say you suppose wish her well, except he wish you well. You are saying we are putting them there. How many of these people did we put there? Instead, they self-afflicted us by self-imposing themselves there to superintend on the affairs of the people they don't really care about. All I want to say this morning is that they don't really care about us. Look at the kind of prayer point I have told you. That should be food for thought for each Nigerian this morning. Ask yourself. They say people in the Western world don't pray because there is a structure. The only prayer they pray is, God, as I go and come back, bless and uplift me. You and I are wasting 3 hours on our knees praying for light, praying for food, praying for security, praying for unscrupulous things that should naturally fall on our laps. I woke up with a troubled heart. And I'm going about my duties today with a troubled heart. Good morning, ladies. Happy Friday, if it is even going to be happy.
I don't, Rose.
Well, just to respond to Mrs. I think, as I said from the beginning of the program, we just have to encourage ourselves, no matter what is going on. And as you said, these are similar things that we can do ordinarily, even without intense prayers. But because of the kind of things we are seeing around us, and that's the ripple effect of what happens when we have bad leaders in positions of power. And that's why I always wonder, if it is just a bit, a percentage, a little of common sense, if we can have it during the 2027 election, I think we will see a little bit of shifting, because the fact remains that the kinds of people that are in politics, the kinds of people that are leaders, they are not really thinking about the masses. They are just there for their greedy pockets. As she said, why will I waste 4 hours, 5 hours praying those prayer points when other countries are praying for better things, greater development? They are not even concerned about whether water will come or not, because they already have water. There's a structure in that country. There are structures in countries where our leaders even go and spend holiday or waste our money. They see the structures, things are working well. They are not perfect, but they've done it to an extent that even you and I, when we go there, we are comfortable. But why is it that when we come back home, we see a lot of distrust? We see a lot of, nepotism. There's a lot of carefree attitude, even from our leaders. And that's why I mentioned the fact that 2027, like we've not seen it before, since the inception of democracy, we should have a different mindset in our election. The way we go for our election, the way we cast our votes, people we put in positions of power, even when they want to impose, let's ensure that at least to a larger extent, our vote counts. When we're able to do this, because there needs to be a turnaround in the kind of leaders that we have. If not, why are we owing gas suppliers? Why are we owing gas lenders, money lenders? And if the war in the Middle East did not happen, we will be able to get this information? No, we won't. We are still talking about refineries in Nigeria. We are now depending on Dangote's refinery. If this Middle East war did not happen, are we going to have these details? Nobody's saying anything. But now everybody's stranded and they are making excuses, apologizing. So it's really important that we understand our stake. We are the main stakeholders when it comes to election, when it comes to, making democracy right. If we can collectively put our voice together. I was speaking to somebody during the course of the week and I said, you know what, maybe in one of these elections, everybody should just stay at home until when we are ready to vote for the right people. I think when we are able to take that bold step, one day there will be a turnaround, just as there are turnarounds in those nations that were determined to take the right step.
We have one message.
Right.
This week says Trump really underestimated the Iranians. Persians aren't afraid of death. Fighting long wars is in their bloodline. Georgia is far better than war. Olusoga Jai from Udunlai Korodo says that's the only message we have for today. Yeah.
For me, this is not the same energy you started this program with.
Mrs. Oboli really, really hates it. We say it on the show all the time. I always say whenever I'm coming back home, my heart used to beat because there's a particular house that they have their indicator light outside. So I'm always hoping to God. Even yesterday when I was coming home, I saw light on the main road, but I was still praying that God, please I don't know if it is light or if it is generator I saw. So it was until I get into my estate and I see that light that I know that there is light. Then there's even the fact of you see lights there, but you get to realize that they just took the light between that place and there. My heart beats. Yesterday, I was on X and there's this lady that was asking if she can use 5 million naira to relocate. What happened? She doesn't have light. She cooked pot of egusi and the meat spoiled. So I could hear the pain in how she typed what she typed. And somebody else wrote on Twitter, put the person's account number and said, this is my account number, 24,000 is how much I used to buy the meat. Please, NEPA, send my money back to me. And unfortunately, we don't even have time to get to the NEPA. But when I saw that people were protesting, reached to protest. I've mentioned many times that I know a lady who relocated to America because she was tired of pulling generator. So everything that Mrs. Oboli said this morning is the truth. You're getting home, you're praying for, oh God, please let there be light. They take the light, you're praying, oh God, please let them bring the lights back because you want to
Morning.
iron. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good
Yes,
morning.
Mr. Francis calling from the
Okay, in just 1 minute because we've run out of time.
Okay, honestly, I really love the last color that you really spoke a lot. As regards power, we are really passing through a lot. Okay, look at my place now, where I'm staying currently. We pay money for NEPA, but we hardly see light. It's so annoying. And people, they don't consider that there is heavy heat everywhere. Okay, even if we adults can, maneuver, what about the little children? And so every month we keep saying, and this year we are not seeing it. Sometimes they bring bills before month end. And they keep analyzing us, if I do cut our life, and we keep saying, and we are not seeing this life. So all these things is so annoying. Not even talk about that. All these things are so annoying. So I don't know if the company, I don't know the kind of government we have in this country. Honestly, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
So annoying.
Thank you so much for calling. Okay. With that being said, we've come to the end of the program. Rose, even let's say you're the one that's going to round up today because Rizoboli took the wind from my sails this morning. And I mean, it's food for thought. It is food for thought.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, these are things that we should. This is 2026. So. Ah,
Yeah.
Haba, Haba. We've come a long way now. We can't sit down and say when our fathers were our age, they were having all of these things. So what? Sometimes is
It
he
got
only
what
thing we say,
yeah, what
only
was.
thing we say their generation failed. So you can't even now. But meanwhile, at their own time, they enjoyed all of these things. Schools were free. They had electricity. So what happened? What actually happened? Anyway, that's a story for another day. But this is where we wrap it up for today. We'll keep praying that Nigeria gets better. Although this one, our own efforts to make and do better because God has given us all it takes to make it better. So it's all on us. It's our greed that is not allowing us to get better. But hopefully, maybe we'll still pray against the greed. But then again, thank you so much, Adetone, for today. We really, had a very good conversation with you this morning. I pray you have a great weekend ahead. And tomorrow, next Friday, you will be here with us, God's willing. And so each and every one of
Thank
you
you
who
so much.
tuned in, yeah, and to every one of you who tuned in to listen to us, we say a very big thank you. Nigeria will get better and to get better in our time.
Yeah.
And that's it for us this week. Join us again on Monday. God willing, we'll be here to take you on the daily news review. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I've had Olufemi J right here. Hopefully, her spirit gets up.
God, I beg.
All right, you all have a great day ahead and stay with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7.